decisive win in a crowded field in the Republican primary for Illinois' 8th District Congressman, Walsh, the candidate, has started to turn heads. For those of us in the 8th District, let's make sure we get out the vote for Joe. Will you join me in welcoming our next Tea Party Congressman, Joe Walsh?
Thank you. I have such a hard time with microphones, but I'll do the best I can. God bless you all. What a glorious, glorious day. It seems like about 8 years ago, but 8 months ago, little old Joe Walsh announced that he's running for Congress. And I said some things back then, and I didn't quite know how they'd go over. I started off in my very first speech and I said, my name's Joe Walsh. I feel like I'm losing my country. And every head in that first audience nodded. I tried it again the following day, and heads nodded and hands clapped. I've tried it again a week later, and heads nodded and hands clapped, and people said, "Go Joe." I said it in early December, and heads nodded, hands clapped. People said, "Give them hell, Joe." I realized everybody I was in front of felt the exact same way. Second thing I said from day one is, I'm a proud Republican. I've always been a Republican, but this movement has nothing to do with party. Nothing to do with party. This is about a group of Americans fed up. This is about a group of Americans angry. This is about a group of Americans frustrated. This is about a group of Americans scared to death at the direction of this country. Scared to death with what we are doing to our kids and our grandkids. You know, Ronald Reagan said in the mid-60s, Ronald Reagan said as they were debating Medicare, he said, future generations are going to wonder, what the heck were we thinking? Piling that amount of debt on our kids. I've got to tell you, folks, unless we stop this spending train we're on, our kids 20 to 30 to 40 years ago won't even talk to us. Our grandkids won't even want to be around us. This is a movement. This is a joyous movement. This is a glorious movement to save this country, to change the direction of this country. You know, it's not easy running for office. It's not easy at all. You open up your entire life, you had better have a real good reason for running. Too often Republicans and Democrats don't. They just want to be something. They want to go to Washington. They want to go to Springfield. They want to be something. And they stay there. They stay there for a long time. And eventually, we know what happens. They become different than us. They stop listening to us. And most importantly, they no longer understand what it is that the average American, at least in this district, is going through. That's not right. That's not right at all. I want to help change that. If I'm lucky enough to go to Washington, if I'm fortunate enough to go to Washington, I'm going for 6 years. And I'm coming back home, and somebody from this crowd is going to go replace me. If I go to Washington, if I'm fortunate enough to go to Washington, I won't take one health care benefit, one retirement benefit that they get that we don't get. That's not right. And here you go, Melissa Bean. Throw this one at me, Melissa. I know you're in here taping this somewhere. If I go to Washington, I will not vote for any piece of legislation that's not found in the Constitution or increases the size of government. That's not right. You see, here's the funny thing about me. I don't give a darn if I'm reelected in 2 years. I don't give a darn. I want to go there and I want to change the culture. I've taught American government. I want to go there and I want to be an example for our kids of what our founders envisioned in their representatives. You know what? Maybe a guy like me couldn't run every year, but I can run this year because most people in this district are crying out for this. Most people in this district are so hungry for something new. I go around, folks, every day. I've lost 11 pounds since the primary. I speak to probably 200 some people a day, and I got to tell you, 90% of the people I meet, remember, it doesn't matter the party, are genuinely angry and frustrated about what's going on in this country. We have not had an opportunity like this in years to make change, real change. I close with this. The other thing I said from the beginning of my campaign, and I believe this campaign has very little to do about me. I am not a leader in this movement. You all are the leaders. This movement is the thing that's going to take this country back. All you ask for is, give me a representative that'll be my voice, that'll stand up for me. The leaders in this movement are you. And if you want to get a guy like me elected, we've got 4 months. You had better continue to stay off your backsides and spread the word. Spread the word, at least in this district. There is something different going on. Yes, he's a Republican, a proud Republican. But this is a Republican who wants to take his party, shake it up, and return it to its limited government roots. Something different's going on. Spread the word. It's not radical. This isn't radical anymore as long as we say all of this with a big old smile on our faces. And let's do that. Thank you. God bless. Keep doing what you're doing. This is all about you. If you keep doing what you're doing, I'm going to get elected. I will work my tail off. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless. God bless America. Let's take this country back. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Walsh. Would you join me now in standing to say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We need to preserve our great country. Right now, I'd like to pull a raffle ticket for our first winner. Let me see. The number is 619959. Once again, 619959. Got a winner? Please step up to the stage. Here's the winner.
The winner?
That's the winner, yeah. Put that goes in. Okay. We are going to enjoy the Star Spangled Banner before our next speaker, Tom Morrison. Who's going to take